Hello, I am Dr. E. Srinivasa, Assistant Professor of Physics, working in IDSG Government College, Chikmagalur. In this video, I am going to explain some concept of vector algebra, which is a concept in the chapter Planar Motion in the paper first BSc, Mechanics and Properties of Matter. In this video, I am going to cover some concepts of vector algebra, that is multiplication of vector by a scalar product or dot product, properties of scalar product, vector product or cross product, and some properties of vector product. Dear students, in the first video, you all know about what are scalars and vectors, examples of scalars and vectors, and also you know that how you can add the vectors and subtraction of vectors and their properties also. That means addition of vectors and subtraction of vectors, resolution of vectors. So have already covered in the first video. So first of all, we will explain multiplying vectors or multiplication of vectors. So multiplication of a vector by a scalar or number. The multiplication of a vector by a scalar always gives a vector quantity. That means whenever you multiply a vector with a scalar quantity, it always yields a vector quantity itself. For example, linear momentum P is equal to mass into velocity. So mass is a scalar and velocity is a vector, and the resultant vector is a momentum. That momentum is also vector. Similarly, you all know that F is equal to ma. So m is a scalar quantity and acceleration is a vector quantity. So when a vector quantity is multiplied with a scalar, it gives a vector quantity, that is force. Force is also a vector quantity. In general, if a vector is a vector of magnitude a, so the magnitude of vector a is given by simply a, and s is a number, then sa is another vector b, such that b is equal to sa, similar to momentum p is equal to mv and f is equal to ma. So b has the same direction as a if s is positive. B has same direction as a if s is positive. Here s is a positive and a vector a, and this vector a is multiplied with s, that is scalar. Here too is a scalar. Its magnitude increases 2 times in the direction of a. So here vector a, it is multiplied with a scalar, that is 2, and its magnitude increases 2 times, and the direction of this new vector has the same direction of a. Suppose s is negative, then b is negative in the opposite direction of a. Here vector a, but s is minus 3. Then the direction of the new vector b is opposite to a. This is vector a in the right direction, but the new vector b is equal to minus 3a is opposite to the vector a, and here s is a number 3. Its magnitude increases 3 times in a direction opposite. This is how a multiplication of a vector by a scalar. Any time if you multiply a vector with a scalar or a number, it always yields a vector quantity. So next we will multiply 2 vectors. So there are two ways to multiply a vector by a vector. The first way produces a scalar quantity and called as scalar product or dot product. That means if you multiply two vectors, if it yields or gives a scalar quantity, then the product is called scalar product or dot product. The second way produces a vector quantity and called as vector product or cross product. That means if you multiply any two vectors, after multiplication, if it gives a vector, then it is called vector product or cross product. So we will discuss in detail in this slide. Scalar product or dot product of two vectors. Scalar product or dot product of two vectors A and B represented by A dot B, read as A dot B, is defined as the product of the magnitudes of the two vectors and the cosine of the angle theta between the two vectors. If A and B are the two vectors and theta is the angle between them, then the dot product is given by A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. Here A and B are the two vectors. A and B are the two vectors and theta is the angle between the two vectors. Then their dot product A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. Once again, dot product or scalar product is defined as the product of the magnitudes. Magnitudes means A and B of the two vectors and the cosine of the angle theta between the two vectors. So the dot product always yields a scalar quantity. Examples of the scalar product. First one, work done is equal to F dot S. Here force, F is a force, it is a vector quantity, and S is a displacement, it is also a vector quantity. If you multiply these two vectors, it gives a work, but work is a scalar quantity. So on multiplying the two vectors in the dot product, it gives a scalar quantity. Therefore, dot product is also called scalar product. Similarly, F dot V, F is a force and V is the velocity, gives the moment, power. P represents power. Power is a scalar quantity, whereas force and velocity are vector quantity. On multiplying the two vectors, force and velocity, it gives a power. So the magnitude of the work is given by Fs cos theta, because you already know that A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. So F dot S is equal to Fs cos theta. Similarly, power is equal to Fe cos theta. What is the geometrical meaning of a scalar or dot product? A dot product can be regarded as the product of the two quantities. What are those quantities? First one, the magnitude of one of the vectors. Here F, or here in this also F, one of the magnitude of one of the vectors. And the second point is the scalar component of the second vector. The scalar product component of the second vector along the direction of the first vector. Scalar product or dot product of two vectors A and B represented by A dot B. So you already know that here A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. Here B cos theta is the component of this vector B along the direction of A. So the scalar product is also defined as product of magnitude of the one vector and the component of the second vector, that is B cos theta, along the direction of the first vector. Similarly, here also, this is a vector A, the component of A along B is A cos theta. So A dot B is equal to A cos theta into B. A cos theta is the component of the vector along B. So therefore, the dot product is also defined as product of the magnitude of the one vector and the component of the second vector along the direction of the first vector. That is A cos theta B in this case. In this case, A into B cos theta. So A is the magnitude of the vector A and b cos theta is the component of the vector b along the direction of A. So what are the properties of the scalar product? The first property is that the scalar product is always commutative. Commutative means A dot B is equal to B dot A. So we will verify whether it may be exhibit the commutative property. We know that A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. Similarly, B dot A is equal to BA cos theta. So all are these magnitudes only. So AB cos theta is equal to BA cos theta. Therefore, A dot B is equal to B dot A. The second property is that the scalar product is distributive over addition. That means A dot B plus C is equal to A dot B plus A dot C. So A dot B plus C is equal to A dot B plus A dot C. That means the scalar product is distributive over addition also. The third property of the scalar product is that the scalar product of two perpendicular vectors is 0 because angle between the two vectors A and B is 90 degree and cos 90 is 0. So 0 into anything is 0. Then A dot B is equal to AB cos 90 is equal to 0. So the scalar product of two perpendicular vectors is 0. The fourth property is that the scalar product of two parallel vectors is maximum positive. Parallel vectors means the angle between the two parallel vectors is 0 and also the value of cos 0 is 1. Since A dot B is equal to AB cos theta, here theta is 0, cos 0 is 1, 1 into AB is AB and A dot B is equal to AB. This AB is the maximum positive value for two parallel vectors acting in the same direction. The fifth property is that the scalar product of two anti-parallel vectors is maximum negative. So dear students, you already know that anti-parallel vectors means there are two parallel vectors having same magnitude but acting in the opposite direction. So the angle between the opposite vectors is 180 degree. Then A dot B is equal to AB cos theta can be written as A dot B is equal to AB cos 180. The value of cos 180 is minus 1. So minus 1 into AB minus AB. That is A dot B is equal to minus AB. And this is maximum negative value. The scalar product of two anti-parallel vectors is maximum negative means the minimum positive value. The sixth property is that the scalar product of a vector with itself is equal to the square of its magnitude. The scalar product of a vector with itself is equal to the square of its magnitude. Here, so scalar product of a vector with itself means vector A multiplied with vector A itself. Then A dot A is equal to AB. Instead of B, we can write A. So A into A, since they are acting along the same direction, theta is 0, cos 0 is 1, A into A, that is A square. That means the scalar product of a vector with itself is equal to square of its magnitude, that is A square. So we all know that three coordinate systems, that is x, y and z direction. Here I cap is the unit vector along the x axis and j cap is the unit vector along y axis and k cap is the unit vector along z direction. So angle between I and j, j and k and I is always 90 degree. So the scalar product, the seventh property is that the scalar product of two same unit vectors is 1 and two different unit vectors is 0. The scalar product of two same unit vectors, that is I and I, that is I dot I, that is j dot j, that is k dot k, is equal to 1 because you all know that unit vector is 1 whose magnitude is 1. So I dot I, that is 1 into 1. And cos theta, here the angle between I and I is 0. J and J is 0. Angle between K and K is also 0. So cos 0 is 1. And 1 into 1 into 1 is equal to 1. That means I dot I, J dot J and K dot K, its value is always 1. So the scalar product of same unit vectors is 1. And two different unit vectors is 0. So that is I dot J. I dot J is equal to J dot K, that is equal to K dot I is equal to, so I into I, 1 into 1, because the unit vectors having the magnitude 1, 1 into 1, and angle between I and J is 90 degree. So here I is the unit vector along x-axis, J is the unit vector along y-axis, and K is the unit vector along z direction. Therefore, angle between I and J is 90 degree. Similarly, angle between J and K is 90 degree. And also, the angle between K and I is also 90 degree. So, the angle theta between the unit vectors, different unit vectors, is 90 degree. Cos 90 value is 0. 0 into anything is 0. Therefore, I dot J is equal to J dot K is equal to K dot I is equal to 0. That means the scalar product of two different unit vectors is always 0. Properties of scalar product. How you can calculate the scalar product using the components. Suppose a vector A is represented by its components along I, J and K direction. Let Ax is the component of the vector A along x direction. Ay is the component of a vector A along yz direction, and Az is the component of the vector A along z direction, and I, J, K are the unit vectors along x, y and z direction. Then vector A is represented by A is equal to Ax into I cap plus Ay into J cap plus Az into K cap. Similarly, vector B can also be represented as B is equal to Bx into I cap plus By into J cap plus Bz into K cap, where Bx, By and Bz are the components of the vector B along x direction, y direction and z direction. Then take a dot product of these two vectors, that is A dot B is equal to, substitute for A, that is Ax into I cap plus Ay into J cap plus Az into K cap, dot Bx into I cap plus By into J cap plus Bz into K cap. So then A dot B is equal to Ax into I and multiply all these components, Bx into I cap plus By into J cap plus Bz into K cap. Similarly, Ay into J cap dot all these things, Az into K cap dot all these things. If you multiply, we will get here I dot I, Ax into Bx into I dot I. I dot I is 1. So similarly, I dot J is equal to 0. Angle between I and J is 90 degree, cos 90 is 0. So the value of Ax By is 0. Similarly, Ax Bz is also 0. So Ax Bx into I cap, Ax By into I dot J cap plus Ax Bz into I cap dot K cap plus Ay Bx into J dot I plus Ay By into J dot J cap dot J cap plus Ay Bz into J dot J cap dot K cap. Similarly, plus Az Bx into K cap dot I cap plus Az By into K cap dot J cap plus Az Bz into K cap dot K cap. So I dot I is equal to 1, J dot J is equal to 1, K dot K is equal to 1. But I dot J is equal to 0, I dot K is equal to 0, J dot I is equal to 0. J dot k is also 0, k dot I is equal to 0, k dot j is equal to 0. So all these terms except I dot I, j dot j and k dot k is 0. Hence we can write ax bx into 1 because I dot I is equal to 1, ax by into 0 because I dot j is equal to 0 plus ax bz into 0 because I dot k is equal to 0. Similarly, ay bx into j dot I is 0 because j dot I is equal to 0 plus ay by y into 1 because j dot j into 1 is equal to 1 plus ay bz into 0 because j dot k is equal to 0 plus az bx into 0 because k dot I is equal to 0 plus az by into 0 because k dot j is equal to 0 plus az bz into 1 because k dot k is equal to 1. So except ax bx, ay by, az bz, all terms equal to 0, then a dot b is equal to ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. This is how we can take a dot product of the components. A dot b is equal to ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. Vector product or cross product. In this case, after multiplication of the two vectors, it gives a vector quantity. Therefore, cross product is also called vector product, and it is defined as vector or cross product of two vectors a and b is a cross b. It should be read as a cross b is a vector and is defined as the product of the magnitudes of the two vectors and the sign of the angle theta between the vectors. The direction of a cross b is perpendicular to the plane containing a and b, and it can be mathematically written as a cross b is equal to ab sin theta into n cap. Here n cap is the unit vector. It gives the direction of a cross b. Suppose here a and b are the two vectors acting in the same plane and theta is the angle between them, then their cross product a cross b is perpendicular to the plane containing a and b, that c is equal to a cross b. So and also the unit vector is in this direction of a cross b. So a cross b, cross product, is always perpendicular to the plane containing the two vectors, and also n cap is also along this c vector, that is a cross b. So a unit vector n cap gives the direction of the cross product of the two vectors. So once again, the cross product of the two vectors is defined as the product of the magnitudes of the two vectors and the sign of the angle theta between the two vectors. The direction of a cross b is perpendicular to the plane containing a and b. The direction of a cross b is perpendicular to plane containing a and b. This is the direction of a cross b, and also unit vector is also in this direction. The examples of the cross products are tau is equal to r cross f, where tau represents the torque and r represents the position and f represents the force. So here r is the position vector, it is a vector quantity, and f is also, force is also vector quantity. If you multiply the two vectors, it gives a vector quantity, that is torque is also a vector quantity. The magnitude of the torque is given by tau is equal to rf sin theta into n cap. We know that a cross b is equal to ab sin theta. So r cross f is equal to rf sin theta into n cap. This n cap gives the direction of this torque. Similarly, L is equal to r cross p. Here again r is the position and p is the linear momentum. Both are vector quantities. On multiplying these two vectors, it gives a angular momentum L vector. So angular momentum is also a vector quantity. By multiplying the two vectors, it gives a vector quantity itself. Therefore, the cross product is also called a vector product. And R A cross B is equal to AB sin theta. So R cross B is equal to RP sin theta into n cap, and n cap is the unit vector, acts in the direction of this angular momentum vector. So n cap gives the direction of the cross product, that is angular momentum vector. What are the properties of the vector product? The first property is that the vector product is anti-commutative, whereas scalar product is commutative, but vector product is anti-commutative. Commutative means A dot B is equal to B dot A, but here cross product is A cross B is not equal to B cross A, but A cross B is equal to minus B cross A. That is why it is called anti-commutative. We know that A cross B is equal to AB sin theta into n cap, whereas B cross A is equal to BA sin theta into minus n cap, because here once A cross B acting in this direction, whereas B cross A acting in a direction opposite to the B cross A. A cross B in this direction, B cross A in a opposite direction. So it is given by minus AB sin theta into n cap. A cross B is equal to AB sin theta into n cap, whereas B cross A is equal to minus AB sin theta into n cap. Therefore, A cross B is equal to minus B cross A, and A cross B is not equal to B cross A because their direction is opposite to each other. A cross B acting in this direction, whereas B cross A acting in the opposite direction. The vector product is distributive over addition. That means A cross B plus C is equal to A cross B plus A cross C. The vector product is distributive over addition. The magnitude of the vector product of two perpendicular vectors is maximum. So we know that A cross B magnitude, modulus, is equal to AB sin theta. Here the angle between A and B is perpendicular vector is 90 degree. So AB sin 90, theta 90 degree. The value of sin 90 is 1. 1 into AB is AB. So A cross B is equal to AB, and it is a maximum value. The magnitude of the vector product of two perpendicular vectors is maximum. The fourth property is that the vector product of two parallel vectors is a null vector or zero vector. Parallel vectors means the angle between the parallel vectors is 0. Theta is 0, sin 0 is 0. So 0 into anything is 0, but here a vector, unit vector is there, so it is called zero vector. So A cross B is equal to AB sin theta into n cap. So AB, theta is 0, sin 0 into n cap, sin 0 is 0, so it is called zero vector because on multiplying the two vectors in the vector product, it always a vector product. So we should say that it is a zero vector or null vector. Similarly, the fifth property is that the vector product of two anti-parallel vectors is a null vector also. Anti-parallel means one vector is acting in this direction and the another vector acting in opposite direction. Hence, theta is 180 degree. So sin 180 is minus 1. So A cross B is equal to AB. Sin 180 is 0. The value of sin 180 is 0. 0 into anything is 0. And the cross product of the two vectors always yields a vector quantity. Therefore, it is called zero vector or null vector. The vector product of a vector with itself is a null vector. So, the vector product of a vector with itself is also a null vector. Vector A cross A is equal to A into sin 0 because angle between a vector A and A is always 0. Sin 0 is 0 and it is called zero vector or null vector. The vector product of a vector with itself is a null vector. The seventh property is that the vector product of two same unit vectors is a null vector. Vector product of same unit vectors is a null vector. That is I cross I, that is equal to j cross j is equal to k cross k. So the magnitude of unit vector is 1. So I into I, 1 into 1. So the angle between I, j and k is 0. So sin 0 is 0. So 0 into anything is 0. Since it is a vector, it is called 0 vector or null vector. Angle between I and I is 0. J and j is 0. K and k is 0. Sin 0 is 0. Therefore, the vector product of two same unit vectors is a null vector. The eighth property is that the vector product of two different unit vectors is a third unit vector. The vector product of two different unit vectors is a third unit vector. That is I cross j is equal to k, j cross I is equal to I, k cross I is equal to j. But j cross I is equal to minus k cross g is equal to minus I, and I cross k is equal to minus j. Because we know that if the A and B are the two vectors acting in the one plane, but their cross product is perpendicular to the plane containing the two vectors. Similarly, if I and j are the unit vectors acting in this plane, but their cross product I cross j is perpendicular to the plane containing these two vectors. The unit vector k is perpendicular to the two unit vectors I and j. Similarly, if j and k are acting in this plane, so the unit vector I is perpendicular to the j and k, the plane containing j and k. So again, k and I are the unit vectors acting in this plane, xz plane. Their cross product, that is k cross I, acting in a direction perpendicular to this plane containing j and x. That is why I cross j is equal to k, j cross k is equal to I, k cross I is equal to j. And also you know that a cross b is equal to minus b cross a. Therefore, if I cross j is equal to k, then j cross I is equal to minus k. Because a cross b is equal to minus b cross a. A cross b is equal to k, then I cross j is equal to k, then j cross I is equal to minus k. The value of positive and negative value can be easily understand or memorized using this aid memory. Suppose here in the clockwise direction, I cross j is equal to k, it is positive value, plus j cross k is equal to I, then k cross I is equal to j. Similarly, here negative sign is there, j cross I is equal to minus k, and I cross k is equal to minus j, and k cross j is equal to minus I. So I cross j is equal to k, j cross k is equal to I, k cross I is equal to j. But if we take in the anti-clockwise direction, j cross I is equal to minus k, and I cross k is equal to minus j, k cross j is equal to minus I. So calculating vector product using the components. Suppose a vector A is represented by ax into I cap plus ay into j cap plus az into k cap. Similarly, vector B is represented by bx into I cap plus by into j cap plus bz into k cap. Then A cross B can be written as by substituting the value of A and B, and also by simple multiplication ax into I cap cross bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap. So similarly, go on multiplying all these vectors. We all know that I cross I is 0. I cross j is equal to k. I cross I is equal to 0 plus ax bx into k cap because I cross j is equal to k cap plus ax bz into minus j because I cross k is equal to minus j. Similarly, j cross I is equal to minus k, j cross k is equal to 0 and j cross k is equal to I and k cross I is equal to j and k cross j is equal to minus I and k cross k is equal to 0. So this term, ay by term, az bz term all become 0. Then ay by into I. So here we can write ay bz. Where is that ay bz? This ay bz into I. First write the unit vector I and then j, I mean minus I and j cap, also j cap and k and all. Take I term to the one side, j term to the one side and k term to the one side. And simplify, will get a cross b is equal to, if you take I as common in these two, I into ay bz minus az by. I into ay bz minus az by. Similarly, if you take j as common, we will get ax bx minus az bx and k as common, ax by minus ay bz. And all these terms can be represented by the determinant or matrices a cross b is equal to ijk ax ay az and bx by bz multiply I into ay bz minus az by. Similarly, minus j into ax bz minus az bx. Like this, we can get very easily the cross product of the two vectors. Thank you for watching.